This article here is from People. It's called Inside Johnny Depp's Paris Concert After Amber Heard's Return to the Red Carpet in Italy. They claim it's exclusive. It's a little older, about a week ago or so. I missed covering it last week, so I figured I'd get to it. Now, the thing is, I'm not sure why they have to mention Amber. I guess some people just do that. They make the natural comparison, but why not just write something great about Johnny, positive about Johnny? Because people here is always plugging and pushing away for Little Miss Mera. But anyway, let's see what we got. By the way, if you're new to the channel, I do these articles as reactionary. I don't read them, think it out really hard. I want you to see what I'm thinking as I read it. Johnny Depp performed a concert in Paris Sunday, one day after Amber Heard made her red carpet return at a film festival in Italy. Depp 60 continued his tour with his Hollywood Vampires bandmates Alice Cooper and Joe Perry with a show at the Zenith Paris on Sunday. The actor took center stage for a chunk of the setlist to be frontman for several songs, including lead vocals on a cover of David Bowie's Heroes. Depp worked the crowd by waving at fans, smiling and thanking them with a fist to his heart. He was also seen tossing guitar picks to the audience throughout the night. Man, I wish I could get one of those. I used to try to collect those from bands I liked. I wasn't very successful, but yeah, that would be great. Anyway, people spoke to several concertgoers Sunday, including Dan, 70, and Suzanne, 43, from Paris. Suzanne says she came for Johnny, and the story of his private life didn't interest me. It's over. He's an artist, and that's what I want to hear for myself. Dan adds that he has hope for a big return in films for Depp. So, okay, some positive stuff there about Johnny. Not bad, considering people's track record. Phoebe19 from Paris says she saw the Hollywood Vampires at Hellfest earlier in the month, and that it inspired her to see them live again. I know him as a part in movies. I didn't know he made such good music, she says of Depp. Oh, there you go. So I gotta admit, some positive things about Johnny, but I'm still not sure why they've got to mention Amber and what she did in the title and early on. At one point during the concert, Depp honored late friend and collaborator Jeff Beck, who died in January. In the emotional moment, Depp explains why a white Stratocaster guitar stood center stage on a riser unused for most of the night. We recently, all of us, lost a dear friend, Jeff Beck. Yesterday was his birthday. I would like to introduce you to one of his friends, his best friend, his Strat, he said. And obviously, Johnny's got the pictures up there of the young Jeff Beck. He kind of looks like Mick Jagger a little bit, I guess. Lifting the guitar off its stand, he continued he would want his dear friend Joe Perry on this, and handed the guitar to Perry, 72, who performed a medley of Link Wray's Rumble. The day before Depp's Paris concert, his ex-wife Heard, 37, attended the 69th Taormina Film Festival in Italy for the world premiere of her indie film In the Fire. Now, it is their title about Amber and Johnny, but why? What's the point? They're talking about a great tribute to Jeff Beck, a concert Johnny played with the Hollywood Vampires, some positive things fans said. So why are we cutting to Amber now? What's the direct comparison here? Yeah, I'll talk about both in a video, obviously, if there's a connection. I don't just say Amber was seen in Spain and Johnny was seen playing with the Hollywood Vampires, or Johnny was doing this here. No, you stick to the theme. You stick to the subject. If you make a comparison, there should be a point to it. There's no point here. Just Amber did this when Johnny did this. And of course, they say some things about the movie, which, let's be honest, we're not very interested in. Okay, it's a supernatural thriller. Maybe it's not even terrible, but it's a low run, no name project no one would know about if Mera wasn't in it. Or I should say, you know who wasn't in it. So because of that, so I know it only has this fame because it's connected to something so big that's got nothing to do with it. Why would I be interested? Why would I give it a chance? I like things that come to me on their own merit. They do mention Gene DeBari and the Cannes Film Festival. Okay, that's good too. And then they mention Aquaman and Lost Kingdom. Feels like a regurgitated version of history here. We know that stuff, people. And of course, they recommend, at the end of the article, a lot of things you can read about you-know-who. So they do report on Johnny, they do say some positive things, but they can't make it exclusively about Johnny and just put out some positive vibes. They've always got to mix it up with this Frankenstein article about Amber and stuff unrelated. So I guess cool, they have some positive things on Johnny, and it was the first part of what they mention, and it was pretty interesting, stuff I've never seen before. But it's pointless if you're going to mix in all this other stuff. And by the way, it took them 2 people to write this article about a concert and stuff we've already known about you know who. I can't imagine why. I think probably a 14-year-old kid on an iPad could have written this. But that's just my silly little opinion. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. If you don't, I'll be sad about it, but I'll get over it. See you next time.